Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be an interview with Hayley. She just graduated BMT recently, so I'm going to let her have this platform and share with you guys her experience, and I think it'll be helpful, hopefully, to some of you that are getting ready to ship and curious how BMT has changed during the pandemic. So Hayley, go ahead and tell us your ship date and your grad date to begin with.
So I shipped July 14th and I graduated on September 3rd.
So this month, just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So what squadron were you in, and were you in the new dorms or the old dorms?
So I was in the 324th, which is the old dorms. So Alcatraz, not very great, but I think the worst part of the old dorms was our DFAC shutdown. So we had to go to Disneyland dorms to eat every day.
Was that good or bad?
I think it was bad because it was like, we had like the farthest squadron. So it was like 2 miles there and back 3 times a day to just eat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we like asked them if we could have MREs and stuff, and they said no.
I'm surprised they didn't just end up giving you those like boxed meals. Did you guys ever have those at all?
So we asked, and I think because of like COVID, they didn't have enough money to do that because they were already doing that for everybody that got like
Okay.
PUI'd and quarantined. So like our director of operations, he actually came to our dorm because we like filled out feedback forms, and we were like, we really want like box lunches, like we don't want to march in black flag. And he came in and he like brought in all these numbers, and he was like, this is why we can't do it. And we were like, okay.
Makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
So you had the opportunity to eat at the older dorms and the newer dorms?
Yeah. So they're actually really different,
Okay, I
surprisingly.
was gonna say, which one do you like better?
I preferred the older dorms just because like the setup was like a lot smaller. So there was like less to do, I guess. Like you just like went through the line and you like sat yourself. Like there was no like chow runners that were like telling you where to go.
Was your family able to come to graduation?
No.
Nobody.
Our graduation was so sad. It was like, I want to say like there was like maybe like 10 people in the stands, and then there was like photographers. I don't know what you want to call them, like higher ups in the command were able to sit in and watch
That makes sense.
type of thing. Yeah.
I can't imagine like graduating and the stands not being entirely full and like full screaming people. Like, did you guys do the airman's run still?
So we did it the day before, but it wasn't like the route I'm sure you guys took. We literally went from like our squadron's like drill pad, and we ran around security forces and we came back. So it was like not even like a mile.
Oh,
It was really sad.
sad. Oh my gosh. So,
Yeah.
so you didn't get to see your family all between BMT and tech school?
No.
Okay.
And they did give us like phone calls every week. Um, but like I guess it really depends what MTI you had. Like all of ours were like 5-minute phone calls. And then graduation day, we didn't get a single phone call. Like all the other like flights got phone calls and like could take pictures with their like flight members, and like we didn't get to do anything. So it was really sad. I have like no pictures from BMT besides like the flight photos.
So you have your dress blues photo?
I have that one, and then we took 2 flight photos because our first flight photo, we just got out of PUI. Our whole flight got quarantined for 2 weeks.
What is
So it's person under investigation. So they're basically like acting like every person has COVID until they know otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got out of out of PUI, and our MTIs forgot to have us wear our boots with our OCPs. So in our picture, we have sneakers on with our OCPs. It was the most embarrassing thing.
That's a good.
Yeah.
It'll make you laugh.
Yeah, it was funny. That's why our flight shirt has like sneakers on it.
That's funny. That's good.
Yeah.
Sneaker weakers, right? That's what they used to
Yeah, sneaker weakers forever. Our MTIs were dead.
say. So you kind of already answered this a little bit. What precautions were taken due to COVID? So
You're basically still doing like BMT stuff. But the difference is like the first 2 weeks you're in ROM. So basically how they like I guess like make you look different than everyone else is like you only get PT gear the first 2 weeks and you wear OCP caps.
Oh.
So they can like tell that you're in ROM so everybody stays clear of you. Like
Okay.
they don't want to intermix anybody.
Okay.
The only other difference is like in like the DFAC, they don't intermix ROM and anyone else. So ROM will be on like one side and everybody else will be on another side.
Okay.
So I feel like those were like the only two like big differences. Otherwise, like you still did drill, like you still did everything, but like they confined you to your squadron.
Okay. So you're not just stuck literally in the dorms for 2 weeks. Like,
no. You actually like do a lot of stuff like.
Okay. But you don't have your
phone. And
phone.
like, no, they bring your clothes to you though. So like your first issued clothing, you don't go there. They bring it to you in your like green duffel bags.
Okay. And that's for the first 2 weeks. So how long was BMT for you?
7.5.
Including those 2 weeks?
Yeah. Since my flight got PUI'd, we technically like we got PUI'd like 3 days in.
Uh-huh.
So we technically got like we started 3rd week.
Okay, that makes sense. So not every flight got PUI'd, is that right?
No, a lot in our squadron did. We had like 4 girls in our flight with COVID.
Oh, wow.
So like, I guess it was like MTI's preference if they wanted to send you to PUI. Otherwise, like only the people that slept next to the people with COVID got PUI'd, if that makes sense.
Were you guys like showering and stuff together anyway? And doing the laundry and stuff?
Yeah, so like we were doing everything and I slept next to one of the girls that had COVID. So either way, they would have like PUI'd me specifically, but they ended up doing the whole flight because a lot of the girls had symptoms.
So did those girls get to graduate and go through with everything?
Yes and no. So 2 of the girls got med hold because like COVID, one of the girls got fluid in her lungs. So she couldn't do the PT testing because it was just like too hard on her lungs. So they were like trying to give her time to like make it.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah. But other than that, the other people did. They graduated.
Okay, good. That's good news.
Yeah, one of them was our dorm chief.
Gosh, the dorm chief. Poor dorm chief.
Yeah.
They're hard enough job. Now they're out there getting COVID.
It was funny because the people with COVID came back before we did. Because we had to stay a full 14 days and then test again. And since they already tested positive, they came back at 10 days. And then they were just like in the dorms waiting for us for like 4 days. And so,
make a lot of sense, but
yeah, we were like confused too because we thought they just stayed in the dorms the whole time because they got separated from us. And then we had no idea where they went. And so we were like, oh, maybe they're just never going to come back. Like, we don't know. And then we came back to the dorms and they were there. And like they already had like jobs assigned to them. Like guide on bear was like assigned and then dorm chief and stuff like that.
So did you have a job?
I was the EC monitor.
The whole time?
Yeah. It was awful.
Oh no. You had 2-hour shifts. Like the whole flight switched that up every day, every night.
Oh, okay. I was like the person that made the schedule.
Oh, okay. I was like, so sorry. You probably got a lot of 41s told. Okay.
But we did have to work like as EC monitors, we had to work twice a day, every day of the week.
Right. Okay.
So that sucked.
Well,
but
you still probably had a very rough job because nobody's happy when they get a night shift or whatever shift that they
it was actually surprising. Like my whole entire flight would get mad if they got day shifts, not night shifts. So I was like, okay, you're kind of making my job easy, but at the same time, like I need people to work during the day.
Huh, that's definitely backwards from what my flight was. People definitely didn't want like the 04 to 06 because then you just were up at 4 for the whole day or something. So how was PT during BMT during all of this? Like, did you guys still have to do a PT test? Did you still have to do PT like with your brother flight? How was that?
So PT was 6 days a week still, and then I'd say the difference was like we were all like PTing out there at the same time, but nobody was like close to each other.
Okay.
Every like flight was like spread apart, and then like certain flights would be doing like CIT workout, and then others would be running, and then if you were doing strength, you would still be back at the squadron.
Okay. So what about the track? Did you guys like all run on the track together, not use the track?
So they kind of tried to like break it up, so it was like in the beginning it was only like one flight at a time running, and then towards the end, like it was more like 2 or 3 flights were like running at the same time.
Okay. So did you guys have to do PT tests?
So we missed the first week PT test because we were in quarantine. So when we came back, the day after we came back, we took a PT test.
Oh, wow.
And it was hard. Like
Was there no PT?
only like 11 out of 38 girls passed.
Yeah.
So our flight was struggling.
You
but
done PT at all, and then they tested you?
yeah, because like we tried to PT while we were in PUI because they would like let us outside for 30 minutes a day. That was it. And they like wouldn't let us because they were like, oh, we don't have medical on site. Like if one of you guys passes out, like it's dangerous. So they wouldn't let us. So we like went in with like no PT. So I would say PT before you get here.
Definitely.
Because they don't actually do a lot of run days either. Like between like the 3rd week PT test and the 5th week, like the final one, we only ran once. I don't know. They just like mostly had us do strength, which was weird, but
so
we didn't start actually having run days until after our PT test.
So not everyone passed then, I'm assuming.
No, we had I think it was 8 or 9 girls recycled for PT test.
Wow.
Just because like nobody was really given the chance to pass.
Yeah. But they got sent to like get fit, and they still got a chance to graduate and stuff.
So they got sent back 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And they just graduated, I think like a week ago. I think all but one graduated.
That's good. As long as like they didn't get sent home or sent to med home, like most of them got through it still.
Yeah, most of them made it. It was the sit-ups and the runs that were like the hardest for everybody.
Really?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are worried about push-ups.
I was worried too, but I don't know if it's just because like I had really strict MTIs and they would like make us get on our face and do push-ups like 3 times a day. But the push-ups were like not the worry. It was the run for me.
It's always the run for me. But.
Yeah, just overall in general, not just like ROM, because everybody talks about like bring so much clothes, like really don't bring that much like clothes itself. You get PT gear that you start wearing like the first week. Mm-hmm. It's like you get there Tuesday, you get it by like Thursday. The problem that girls had was like bras and underwear.
Like they didn't have enough?
Yeah, like because laundry, I think like at the newer dorms, you guys have laundry inside, right? Yeah. Your dorm? Mm-hmm. So like we had to share with the whole squadron our laundry facility. So.
And it's outside, right?
Yeah, so it's like outside in this room.
Like really outside.
It's like
outside.
It's like enclosed, but it's like it's like next to this patio thing. I don't know, but only 2 flights were allowed to do laundry at one time. So like if 2 flights were already in there, then you were just like, you know, shit out of luck. You didn't get to do your laundry that day. So like a lot of girls didn't have enough. So like I brought extra. So I was like, I didn't use these. Like here, have some underwear, but like definitely bring a lot of underwear.
So like how many pairs should they bring?
Okay, I brought like 14 like 2 weeks worth, and like that was plenty. Like I didn't even use all of them, but definitely don't bring like the recommended 6. Like that's not even enough for a full week.
Yeah, I think I only brought between 6 and 8 of everything. I don't remember, but wow.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want to run out of those things.
Yeah, that was probably the only thing people ran out of.
That's good to know. I'm sure that'll be very, very helpful because that sounds gross.
Yeah, it was definitely.
So how was Beast Week during COVID? Did you guys get to do Beast Week at all?
Beast Week kind of sucked, honestly.
Yeah.
We were there for like 4 days, not even 4 full days.
5 is normal.
We were there for like, I'd say like 3.5. The last day we didn't do anything but wait for the buses.
Oh.
Yeah. So like,
Did you get your dog tags there?
No.
Oh. Did you get
Yeah. We did like the day before graduation.
Okay.
Yeah. The only things we did CADM one day, which was really fun. That was probably like my favorite part.
Okay, that's the shooting range. So
shooting.
Was the range actually up? Because for us it wasn't.
What do you mean?
Like we shot blanks.
Oh no, we shot.
Like we shot the weapons, but yeah, it wasn't the real full experience. So you guys did get that. At least you got that full experience.
Yeah, no, we actually shot, which was really fun, surprisingly. I was kind of nervous about it, but it was fun.
It was fun. I wish that ours had been the full thing, so it's cool.
I think the worst part about it was when they made us clean the guns afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Which, like, not everybody did it, and I was like, what the heck? And my
like black inside next time you go to take it apart.
Yeah, and then like my fingers were black for like 3 weeks afterwards.
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck? The only other thing we did was like, I think we did 6 obstacles out of the obstacle course.
That's not bad.
It was a lot of like walking. Well, like you were supposed to be like running, but like we walked because it was so far to get to the next one because there was nothing in between. Like all of them were like, oh, we're not doing that one. So it was like, oh, okay. We did all the ones with like sand. That was pretty much it.
We do the water one with the rope?
No, there were snakes in the water, so we couldn't do it.
Oh my god! I'm so glad there weren't snakes when we did it because our entire flight fell in. Oh,
I would have for sure fallen in because I was like, I have like bad depth perception. So if I was like to think I was about to grab it, I probably wouldn't. So
that's literally what happened to my entire flight. Every single person.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The only other thing we did was a lot of like the fest procedures where like you man the DFPs and stuff. I did not like that because they made us do like, did you do night raids?
Yes, once.
So we did it.
Forgot their weapons the entire flight.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so we did one whole entire day. All we did was back to back to back to back practicing for the night raid that night. So we would like go in.
It was gonna be.
They were like, oh, like be prepared. We didn't know when during the night it was gonna be, and then they literally made us do it like, I think we did it like 10 times in a row, and it was so obnoxious. They'd be like, go study for the EOC, and then 2 minutes later it would go off and we'd be like, come on, like I know, like we didn't get to study for the EOC at all. We were like always no. When they would tell us like
more time.
I would thought so. And like when they would tell us like to go study, 5 minutes later they would call us out to go do something else. So I was like, we're not even gonna study for this. And then we had to take it like the morning we got back.
Oh, did you guys have to do mop gear?
No, I was sad because like we didn't get to do any of that.
What?
And I thought that they would at least have us like put it on but not do the gas chamber.
Hold on, you didn't do the gas chamber or mop gear then? Okay, I would be sad if I missed the gas chamber, but do not be sad that you didn't have to wear mop gear for 8 hours a day.
Oh, we did the Warriors March. We were actually like the first flight to do it during COVID. So that was kind of cool.
What's the Warriors March?
That's where you like have the guns and then you just like march around. It's like 2 miles and then like you just sing Jodies.
Oh, that's cool. That sounds fun.
Oh, you guys didn't do that?
No.
Oh.
That's fun. I mean, it sounds fun.
Yeah. Did you guys have like Beast Excellence and stuff?
Yeah, we didn't get
it. So we didn't have that either. They said like they were bringing it back the next group that went to Beast right after us.
Okay.
Like the week after, they got to do that.
Do you feel like you got the full BMT experience, or do you feel like you missed out on certain things that you kind of like regret missing out on?
I'd say I didn't get the full experience. I feel like we did miss out on like a lot, especially like missing the first 2 weeks.
Mhm.
We were like so far behind the whole squadron. It was like hard to like keep up. My flight specifically, we only did drill on the drill pad once because like there wasn't enough time for us to do it because we were like PUI'd. I don't know. We just didn't get to do like everything that I wanted to do. Like I wanted like the full beast experience and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
like graduation, like the best part is like seeing your family at the end, but we didn't get to do that.
Yeah, it's like your reward.
Yeah, for everything you had to go through.
When do you get to see your family?
um, I'm not entirely sure. So tech school is still like shut down. Like we're confined to the base and like we have like a triangle that we can like stay in. Um, but my husband is actually moving out here. So hopefully I'll get to see him soon.
Oh, that's awesome. Is your husband a
Yeah.
Marine?
He was. Yeah, he actually just got out like right when I joined.
Okay, because I saw on your Instagram a picture of you too, and I was like, oh, that's so crazy. I didn't know if you
Yeah.
were still in because, my husband's a Marine and
Yeah.
not a
Is
lot.
it like different? Like, are you guys able to be stationed together?
Not right now. So we have a joint spouse case that has been open and that we've been working on since we got married in July. And literally every day I bother people about it. And yeah, we're just waiting for orders.
Dang.
So definitely looking forward to being stationed together. So I'm glad your husband will be there soon. That makes a huge, huge
Yeah.
difference.
Makes it better.
Yes, makes everything better. Was there any talk of BMT going back to normal anytime soon?
They for sure said like they're probably not bringing back graduation with families until sometime like later next year. Um, and
That's the worst
then
part. That's the worst part of it all, I think.
I know that's why like it just sucks when they bring it back. It's gonna be so sad because it's gonna be like, "Oh, we missed that," but at least we made it through. Yeah, I don't honestly think that they're gonna like bring a lot of stuff back anytime soon, just because like they did kind of still have like a lot of numbers of COVID with everybody like flying from different places. And like they have BMT here because I'm in Keesler, Mississippi. Yeah, so I heard they're gonna stop doing it here soon. So maybe that means like it's getting a little bit better and they'll bring some stuff open, but I'm not sure.
So you had your tech school at Keesler, but they sent you to Lackland for BMT?
So I was open electrical and I found out 2 days before graduation when my job was going to be.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't get sent here for
Okay.
BMT.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
But honestly, I'm glad I didn't. They had it like really like fast. Like they were only here for 5 weeks. 2 of their weeks were at Beast.
oh wow.
So they were only like doing stuff for like 3 weeks and then they went to Beast and graduated.
So they got
Yeah.
a longer Beast week, but maybe they missed out on a lot of other things if it was so short.
Yeah. Well, they didn't get like to live in the dorms. Like they lived in the same rooms like I'm in right now.
How is
So
that
they
even
had like
easy?
3 to a room.
Oh wow.
They just took the doors off. Um, and then like everybody was just in the same hallway, but nobody was like in the same rooms except like 3 people. And then um, I think they had like an MTI like that had a room like at the end of the hallway.
Interesting. What is something that you wish you brought with you and or something you wish you didn't bring?
I feel like I packed all right. I feel like I brought enough like bras and underwear, but I didn't bring enough like I would say like sleep clothes. Like I didn't realize it was gonna be so hot in the dorms. So like I had pants, so it was like really hot at night. So bring shorts.
You guys slept in civilian clothes?
For the first couple nights, yeah.
Okay.
And then don't bring a clipboard. Everybody tells you to bring a clipboard, but they provide them. I don't know if they always provided them, but
We did not get clipboards, but that's good to know because I do hear
yeah,
people saying to bring a clipboard. I personally never used one, but I know that a lot of people do use them. So
yeah, I didn't use it either. But I used it for my like socks when I rolled my socks, but I didn't use it for like the beds, like everybody said.
yeah,
Um,
I just felt like that was an extra step. I was just like, whatever.
Yeah. It was just harder to get the clipboard out and actually use it, so I just never did. I would say like bring toiletries you actually like, because when you're in ROM, you don't get to go to the BX. They bring the BX to you, and they only bring things that like, I don't know, like they want to give you like Old Spice body wash and just like 2-in-1 stuff.
Yeah.
So definitely bring like enough stuff for that, because you won't get to actually go to the BX until after ROM, so like third week. I guess like don't anticipate that you'll get mail or be able to send mail in the beginning. We didn't get to send mail until fourth week.
Oh my. Oh, so not only did you not see
Yeah, it was rough.
you didn't get to hardly talk to them for most of the BMT experience. Well, you guys got phone calls, more phone calls than usual, right?
It was like once a week if your flight was good. They would give you the phone call. We got them, but they were like 5 minutes. So trying to like cram like weeks worth of stuff in like 5 minutes was hard. I kept like a journal, and then I would like send home the like notes in my journal to my family so they can know what I was doing.
Smart.
But it wasn't until like sixth week I really got people's letters. Like I think the mail is just really backed up with like everything going on. So I got like 15 letters at once, and I was like, oh my gosh, like what the heck? Bring underwear, bring bras, bring toiletries.
Okay.
But don't like overpack the civilian clothes. Definitely don't bring 14 days worth of civilian clothes. You're just going to have to lock it up anyways. Oh, bring good civilian shoes. I wore the BMT shoes. Our MTIs made us all wear them to break them in, because they were like, you're paying for them, so we want everybody to wear them. And I actually like ended up on crutches because my heels got all messed up from the shoes, because like the soles came off of the shoes. Like it was awful. So bring your own shoes and wear them, because the BMT shoes are not very good. Yeah, the ones I gave you are like a brand I've never heard of, and I looked them up, and they're like strictly like military running shoes.
Interesting. I think we had ASIC.
So, oh, see, those would have been fine. These ones were like, I wish I still had them so I could show them, but I had to throw them away. The like bottoms came off. I feel like I brought a lot of things that I didn't use, but I'm like trying to think of like what they were. Honestly, I didn't have a lot of time to use like certain things. Like I didn't have time to do a donut in my hair.
Dang.
It was like I barely had time to brush my hair sometimes. Like it was rough. I guess literally just bring like toiletries that like are dire need. Like don't bring your fanciest like face wash and like lotion and stuff. Like I didn't even have time to put lotion on. Like there was no time during the day. They make you do like a lot of stuff. Like all the classes are like for the most part in the dorms. So you're like always doing classes. I think we only did like classes at the PRC like twice, because they wanted to like minimize everybody being together. Anywhere we went, it was like 2 chairs in between everyone. And like that's how we marched too, was like 2 arm lengths in between every person.
Oh wow.
So it was like kind of interesting.
It's like the widest, longest formation ever.
Yeah, like the biggest looking flights, just because we're like so like packed. That was like we got here to tech school, and like they do stuff so different than we learned it, because like we couldn't like, like actually tap someone to move forward. We had to literally say tap, and then they would like move, because we couldn't touch each other. So like we did open ranks today, and I was like, what the heck? Like, what are you guys doing?
That was the first time you had seen that.
Yeah. So we were like, what? That's not how we learned it.
Yeah.
They were like, what are you guys doing? We were like, I don't know what we were told.
Yeah, there's probably so many different standards and experiences that people have had in the last few months that I can imagine everyone has to get on the same page and know what's going on.
Yeah, a lot of the people like I've met here, they've been here for a while because of COVID. And they were like the first couple flights that like they were kind of figuring out what to do because of COVID and like what to do with them. So it's like kind of interesting to hear like what they did and then how much they actually added back to it, because they took out like a lot in the beginning.
So what was the hardest part of BMT for you? It can be mentally, physically, emotionally, anything that just stuck out to you as like a defining part of it.
I feel like the hardest part was like when we went to PUI, we got our phones the full 2 weeks we were there. And I kind of wish we didn't, because it was really hard to like go back and have no communication with your family. It was kind of like leaving for BMT all over again.
I could see that.
And then like not having them at graduation too. I feel like that was really hard because like you just want to like share that with them and they can only see you on like a grainy Facebook Live, and it's kind of like, did you even see me? Probably not. No, I think that was the worst part, honestly. Everything else was pretty like, it wasn't that bad. In the first week, honestly, I was like terrified of eating at the chow hall because I got screamed at and had to like make like 6 laps before I sat down and ate.
Did you
And
mess
I was like,
up where you were sitting?
yeah, because like when when we eat, like we just sat ourselves, but like it was like the first day we were in there, so I didn't know it was like, oh, seat back to front. So I kept messing it up, and they just kept yelling at me like, take a lap, take a lap. And I was like, I'm never gonna eat, like this is awful. And I was like, I'm never eating in the chow hall again, like I'm just gonna like hide, like they won't know I'm not eating. And it got better after that, but that was probably like the worst, was that EC kind of sucked too. They would like, they would try to trick you, and then like the fire drill sucked. um we like had a fire drill at 1 a.m. one morning, which really sucked.
I don't think we ever did that in boards. Just in Beast Week, we had the night raid, but otherwise, that was pretty much
We
it.
only had the fire drill because one of the guy flights accidentally pulled the fire alarm, and I'm like, did you really accidentally pull it, or like were you like messing around? Like nobody got recycled for anything besides PT that I was aware of, unless you like really really did something crazy. But they like minimized like how much like they were like recycling people, because it was hard to recycle people into other flights when they were at a different point, just for like the fact of like mixing squadrons. They were like really big on like mixing squadrons, because like they didn't want one squadron to have COVID and another to not, because when they mixed squadrons at like Beast before us, a bunch of people got COVID, so they like stopped mixing squadrons, so you only saw like your squadron. We like didn't even really meet our brother flight either, like it was weird. We would like see them at PT, but that was about it. We were like the last in our squadron to get our OCPs because we were PUI'd. So we were still wearing like PT gear for like weeks.
Hey, I would rather wear PT gear. You didn't have to put your hair up.
It was really hot. Yeah. They actually made us wear buns with our PT gear because it was the only uniform we had. The only time we could like put our hair down was to go to dinner. It really depends what squadron you're in and like what MTIs you get, because our MTIs wouldn't let us buy masks. They told us like we had to use the 2 issued ones, and then on graduation day they gave us a brand new one to wear, so we didn't look all crazy with our like super stretched out masks. I think all the other squadrons were allowed to like have their own masks as long as they were black. So I would recommend bringing masks.
Okay, just in case they can use them, and then they'll have like not nasty.
Yeah, because they get really nasty, and like our laundry was backed up, so like you couldn't even wash them.
Do they still get vitamins there, the prenatal vitamins?
They do. It was like after we got back from PUI, we got like shots, and then the peanut butter shot, and then the pills.
Okay.
But I don't think anyone really took them.
Really? You guys
No.
have like shit spots or like hair that was like all dry and falling out from your bun?
Oh, for sure. My hair is dead right now. I feel like I didn't have time, and I would have forgot. Like it was just like least priority for me to like remember to take the pill.
All right, last question is, what was your favorite part of BMT?
I think my favorite part was Cadam. And like during the Warriors March, singing the Jodies, because our MTIs wouldn't do Jodies with us. So that was really fun, because I was like, oh my gosh, like I wish we did this. But we only did Jodies with our MTIs. the airman's run, and graduation day. I had like a good flight. Like there wasn't like drama. So it was like nice because like not being with family, at least like you had people to like talk to every day and like be with during the day. So that like made it a little better.
Do you have any last minute advice for people who are getting ready to ship out?
Don't like take things personally that the MTIs like say to you. It's their job to yell at you so that you don't do it again. Like they're not like being mean, like just to be mean. Like a lot of people like took offense to like what they were saying to them. So like I don't know, just listen and like let it roll off your shoulder because they're gonna yell at someone else right after you. It's not personal. If they know like you are not the type of person that can be yelled at and fix your mistake, like they don't typically yell at you as much. Like they try to like actually work with you and mentor you, which is like surprising. I didn't think it would be like that. They would talk in different tones with certain people because they knew like that person would just break down and then they wouldn't be able to get that person to do what they needed to do.
That's good. It sounds like you have really good MTIs.
Yeah, our MTIs were good. They were like mean at first. We were like really scared, but they were actually like really, really nice in the end. Yeah, they would like tell us stories. So it kind of like made it better to like get to know them and like where they, like how they got there. So it wasn't just like they love yelling at people. That's why they're here. Like, no.
All right. Well, I think that's great advice. And I think all of your answers have been super helpful. I'm excited for other people to hopefully watch this, people who are getting ready to ship out and kind of know what to expect with all the changes going on. So thank you so much for joining me on this Zoom call. And if you guys have questions for Hayley, her Instagram is going to be tagged in the description box. So she is more than willing to help you guys out and answer whatever questions you may have about her experience that we didn't cover. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.
Bye, guys.